I came into the role of General Secretary of the Queensland Uniting Church 2.5 years ago. And when I came into the role, I began to understand very quickly that the complexity of the role required a significant investment of my strategic thinking in order to pull a lot of the various and complex business operations together. And there was nobody within the business that was able to do that or have that conversation. So I started to look for a business coach that could assist me to do a number of things. One is to check whether the decisions that I was making about the business were the right decisions at the right time and in the right place, whether I had whether I was looking at the right things, whether I had the right vision level, and what horizons I should be looking at particular times. So just even though I felt confident about what I was doing, I wanted that coach to be with me in the journey and to continually reflect back to me about where I was going and bring some real, some discipline into my thinking so that I was not doing that alone. And as a result, over those last 2.5 years, I've formed a much more capable and competent executive team. I've made sure that I don't get stuck into the operational. I keep the right horizon in my eyesight and always work to that horizon. Now, of course, the nature and complexity of the business means that you're pulled hither and thither sometimes. And then what my business coach does is sit with me and have a look at the what we call those wicked problems, and we pull them apart and we reflect at them. We reflect around them using the lenses that my coach brings around. What's the feeling? What's the emotional? What's the acceptance? What's the strategic? What's operational? So the multiple lenses that you need to bring at this senior executive level. The other thing that she does that is absolutely brilliant is that I'm a very engaging, good talker. I could talk my way in or out of anything, and she pulls me up on that and says, you've convinced yourself and you've convinced others, but let's go back and have a look about whether this actually does work. So she's very good in holding the mirror up to me. Just because I think it's a great idea, sometimes I need a bit of a step back and work in that, the leadership, the humility of the leadership that says, I actually do need that confidant who I know is not invested in and is independent and will actually give me the best business advice that's available. So that's the primary reason that I used AltusQ. Sonia Trau, who is my coach, was recommended to me. We met. We said, do we think we can work together? It's been an absolute privilege to work with her. I've enjoyed her immensely. I need a coach that has such extensive experience across a range of different environments that they will keep bringing that independent, critical eye, constructively moving me and therefore the organisation forward. And that Sonia has that in absolute spades.